Alright guys, how's it going back again today? Hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day so far. With Crimsix reminiscing on his time with Scump during those OpTic Dynasty days, Scump also revealing a fine that he got during Stage 3 of the CDL this past year for apparently no given reason. Very much intrigued to your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, hitting the like button is the best thing you can do to help this channel reach more people. Please consider subscribing as well if you have not yet already. Firstly, we looked at this yesterday, the Nature vs Eggs show match coming up on Vanguard, not too far around the corner. This I thought was kind of funny because if you guys have been around the scene for quite a while, you'll know that in Black Ops 3, that's when 100 Thieves first really came into the scene. They had a Call of Duty team with Eggs on the roster, and then it was so tragic that they basically left Esports entirely, started like an apparel line, and then finally made a foray back into Esports with like League of Legends, and finally back into COD, of course, during Black Ops 4, and then Los Angeles Thieves nowadays. But yeah, here's Nature and I guess the compounds with this old school 100 Thieves jersey, which basically looked like a prison outfit. Like, I don't know what they were thinking here, but yeah, thankfully they've upgraded somewhat since then. We're going to be excited to see nonetheless. This also, in terms of invitational tourneys, $150,000 TST Pro Sim Invitational. This was the tourney that Hitch was, I guess, discussing a couple of days ago, saying this is like the most money they've ever been trusted with. This is massive on the 30th, of course, of November, the last day of this month. 150 grand. I mean, this is just absurd, quite frankly. So pretty cool to see Boom TV and Hitch Ride putting this on together. And, well, obviously we're yet to see the teams. It's on Call of Duty Vanguard. You know how it goes. Probably a fair few viewers will come back for this one, even if the game isn't in the best state right now. But, well, hopefully there are still some upgrades to be had. Wanted to mention some scrims real quick that went on last night. So OpTic were streaming. There are certainly some questions about how long OpTic will continue to stream, whether, you know, whether they'll shut things down after Thanksgiving a little bit, or whether it will go till Christmas, till the new year, whether it will go beyond that, who knows. But right now, a lot of teams still streaming their practice. It's good to see. And, well, OpTic streamed up against last night Paris, and then Minnesota Rokkr we shall look at. This firstly, I thought, I mean, I just looked at this first particular map. iLLeY is on fire. He's got 54 eliminations, 31 deaths. This is on Bocage, of course. And I mean, this map is crazy. Like, you just run at the half point. It is insane. But this is 250 to 158. So you can imagine if this game went down to the wire, iLLeY could have had 60, 65. He also has 2.5 minutes in the half point, right? So this guy so far, just from what I've seen in scrims, is it's looking pretty damn good this year. We also get this. Well, this is the overall against Paris. Thanks to CDL Scrim Intel for putting all this stuff out. They played 6 maps right here. They played Tuscan twice. And yeah, 5-1 OpTic on Paris's host apparently at the end of it. Relatively comfortable on the whole. Then they played up against Rokkr a little bit later on. They played just 4 maps. So no Desert Siege, which seems to have disappeared. So only 4 maps really being played in Hardpoint right now. I'm pretty sure they're hoping that Docks and London Docks from World War II, Saint-Marie Dumont maybe make their return as well. Also on this one, they played Bocage twice, as you can see right here. Not really sure what happened on this map 5. But yeah, 4-0 to OpTic in this one, right? So definitely looking pretty good for OpTic. Most of these maps are very comfortable indeed. It's similar scorelines across the boards. So they're definitely seeming decent value for money right now, for where a lot of people would put them as kind of like the 3rd best A-tier squad going into this game after FaZe and Ultra, which of course is difficult to look past. This then that comes out from Drazah a couple of days ago, because it was Teams Insight versus aBeZy on screen, but well, Crimsix versus Zuma, they were having a good time in this Crimsix Invitational tournament. We looked at a couple of days ago, that kind of $50,000 tourney, where he ranked as all those pro teams, and then, well, they certainly had a good time. Now, you know, Zuma and Crimsix were having a good back and forth while they were playing this one, and Crimsix had a few words to say about, I guess, his history with Scump. Of course, this type of stuff is tongue-in-cheek, but it is good to see at the very least that Scump and Crimsix, like the drama that was there a few years ago, isn't necessarily there to the same degree. Nowadays, like the beef seems to have been squashed to some degree. Pretty sure it was about this time last year where they kind of agreed to settle things, but I mean, still, there's obviously going to be some back and forth between the two guys. There's still a rivalry between them, but Crimsix is saying kind of tongue-in-cheek, you know, like everything went downhill. I lost all my trust in those guys after like shots in iLLeY. They left me, gone to team with Scump. Like, I mean, yeah, I need Scump back in business, but you know, you could well argue it maybe the other way around, in the sense that Scump had most of his success with Crimsix, whereas Crimsix had a lot of success even before Scump on Complexity and stuff like this, before he was on their team, but and I guess after as well on the Dallas Empire during Modern Warfare. But thought it was nice to hear regardless.
I noticed you've been a little bit on edge ever since the young guns left you. What's the problem?
You know what? I've just lost my trust in human beings, because you know, I team with these guys. I teach them everything I know. You know, we win some and then I get dropped on my fat neck.
Yeah.
You know,
sounds like you're going downhill ever since Scump left.
Yeah, I think I need the king, man.
You need the king bad, very bad. But let's get into this match. We're on board with Asim. Crimsix definitely needs Scump. Oh, Asim with a big one. Scump. That's gonna be a big one out of Asim to open things up.
I need Scump.
So these two definitely seem to get on a bit better now than they did, let's say, a year or so ago. But yeah, things back in bids. All respect, GG's, bro. I'm sure they're going to have some good matchups on LAN this season once again. If everything hopefully is on LAN, you know, we'll see how things go on that front. No announcements, of course, as of yet, what's going on there. But the OpTic Tech says, I mean, of course, New York subliners, Crimsix as it is now, they're going to be battling. But well, also speaking of OpTic Scump Jumper, we have this podcast that comes out last night with Rambo and Scump. I never thought about this until I saw them side by side. But like Rambo and Scump honestly look very similar. Like the glasses are exactly the same. Like the t-shirts are kind of similar, but that's not really the whole thing. They talked about it at the start, the fact they look kind of similar. I was like, damn, I never thought about that ever. But they kind of do actually sitting next to each other here. But anyway, there's some discussions about this fine that Scump received during the season. They were talking about Courage, who was in some Fortnite tourney, and got really frustrated with like some mech bot or something, and therefore he decided to just quit the tourney and not play anymore. And therefore they're not going to bring him back as a caster anymore for their tourneys, and kind of like doing that type of stuff. And then Hitch goes, okay, hang on a second. You know, why is it always that if a pro player gets fined, seems like the whole community knows about it, which does seem to be true, to be honest, as of late. And Scump goes, well, yeah, actually, I got a fine sometime this season during Stage 3. We know that during it was Modern Warfare, a lot of pro players were getting fines from the league, and it's kind of unclear exactly what they can fine the players for, and like for how much, and these type of questions. But I'm pretty sure Octane said at one point that he had more money docked in fines than he actually made in prize money during like Modern Warfare, which I'm pretty sure they made like 10k in prize money or something, so he might have got fined more than that through the entire season. Pretty crazy stuff. But that season Octane was catching all the fines because there was all the frustrations with the online era, and like maps getting not restarted after a player lags out, and these type of questions that the players weren't particularly happy about. And maybe the CDL decided, okay, if you're going to talk trash on our game on the timeline, we're going to hit you with a fine. So apparently Scump got fined $1,000 during this season in Stage 3 for a reason that apparently wasn't really made clear to him. The other guys say, yeah, they would have told you, but Scump's like, I didn't even know what it was, but $1,000 left the bank account as a result.
So like I get that the developers pay you to, you know they're paying you so they feel like they have some sort of ownership in your views. I mean, Call of Duty's the same way, right? Like they don't allow you to even say that you like the older game better than the one currently before they give you asinine. But at the same time, like if you're in the middle of a competition, your emotions are gonna fly high.
Yeah, it's weird. Why. It's weird how open all COD pros are about getting fined. If COD pros get fined, everyone knows that they got fined. But like no one knew Jack had.
I got fined $1,000 from like Stage 3 or something. I don't even know why I got fined. I just got fined. They didn't even
really.
Tell me.
No, they tell you why.
No, it was $1,000. I don't remember what it was for, but I got fined.
Oh my God.
Well, they probably told you. You just don't remember why.
Yeah, no, you definitely got notice.
Yeah. You have to. There's no way.
A whole $1,000? Jesus Christ. Courage resigns with...
I don't think I was told.
Courage resigns with YouTube?
So this is always a big discussion about the fines within the scene, what exactly the CDL can fine you for, whether they should be able to fine you for anything, because of course they want the game to look good on the timeline, but at the same time the stuff that they seem to fine the pro players for seems really strange. This, for example, was last year. This got 45,000 likes on Twitter. I haven't spoken to this publicly, really. I did a Raid Shadow Legends sponsored stream. He was fined for it last season, which it was during the off-season as well, which makes it worse. My channels are my channels. I should be able to do what I please. Apparently, I can't. A load of tweets that came out as a result of this. Like, there was also this one that came out in the 15th of November. The CDL also made us sign a player contract in front of them without allowing us to run it by our lawyers at the player summit. It was a sign it now or you can't play in Minnesota, which is like kind of the opening events of the Modern Warfare season. I'm probably going to get fined for this too, just letting you guys know. So it seems like a lot of things that are said against the CDL may result in some fines. And I mean, this, for example, as well as Nick Merck says, good on you, brother, speak on it. And he says, they're doing us dirty. Most of us are scared to speak out at all because they're going to fine us, has made me question continuing to compete. Which is, I mean, this, of course, was what was said, about this time last year, right? And, well, whether things have changed, I'm not really sure. But still, it seems like pros are still catching fines for reasons that are relatively unclear, right? Scump says, I don't even know what I was getting fined for there with the $1,000 that came out the bank account. But, I mean, still, I guess maybe they did tell him for some reason. I'm not even really sure what did happen during Stage 3 that even could have resulted in that, to be honest. Last year, there were quite a few blatant examples of pro players coming out and saying things against, the state of the league and this type of stuff, which I guess they don't want players that are playing in their league to talk about how bad the situation is within the league itself. And I guess Scump is kind of saying that these intimidation tactics almost of the fines actually work as pro players are scared to speak out about it, apart from the ones that have deep pockets, which is, kind of surprising and, well, not exactly a good look for sure. But yes, Scump once again not particularly happy, clearly, with the situation of pro players getting fined within the league. I mean, yeah, apparently not even getting told what that fine was about. Maybe they could dispute that, right? And maybe Scump has an email somewhere that said what it was for, but still doesn't seem to be something that he's particularly aware of, which means maybe it wasn't a particularly good reason if they gave a reason at all. Kind of crazy stuff. This, just before you guys get dizzy, is a clip here from Skies last night on Demyansk, I guess. I mean, I don't know why we're still playing this map, but maybe it's going to be in the rotation. I don't really know. What he's doing right here is just scanning back and forth with his pistol to try and find any aim assist. You can see right there, he gets aim assist right at the ends. And just on, like, you get the aim assist slowdown through this entire massive rock. And this is what some of you guys were saying the other day. There was a clip that came out on Castle. People were saying, yo, is this guy cheating? But it might just be he got crazy aim assist through the wall, because that's what seems to happen in this game. Like, you can have massive walls, like huge rocks like this, and just get aim assist straight through it, and tell where the guy is as a result. Of course, he doesn't get the kill, but just the idea that you can do this, look back and forth to try and get some information on where the guy is going to be, is just absurd. It does make me think that a guy like Cellium, who loves, spots and ideas like this, is probably going to be quite good at this game. And as Arcitys says, I love it. You actually have to use your skill to get out of situations where people get aim assist on you through the wall. So yeah, just fantastic stuff. Not really sure how that can be a thing. So many issues with the game right now. It is quite substantial. And you guys are pointing clips like this out to me all the time. This one, for example, as Arcitys says, cool, sick, awesome here on Berlin. Just straight wall banging the entirety of a bomb plant, and nothing you can do about that, right? Just shoot straight through the wall, kills the guy trying to plant the bomb, and yeah, unlucky mate, better luck next time. So yeah, very much intrigued your thoughts on all this stuff in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, hitting the like button tells the YouTube gods this is a good video, and looks like you should see it as well, and help grow the competitive Call of Duty community. Thank you as always, take care, and I will see you next time.